Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about something happened to my own country, back home in Kuwait. One of the things that we all agree about, that nowadays we can see a war in in every country in the world, like what's happening in Iraq, Libya, Syria, and other countries. First of all, I want to talk about my country, how the war started in Kuwait. The war called, as you can see in the title, is called the Gulf War. Kuwait known as a very wealthy country by oil, gas. So Iraqi country had some problem with their economy. Then Kuwait had been attacked by Iraq in 17 January 1991, and Kuwaiti people saw a lot of violence and damage to their country by the Iraqi armies. Moving on, how did the war start? While the people were sleeping in Iraq forces invaded Kuwait, but the relationship between the countries were so friendly that the Kuwaiti government didn't even imagine that Iraq will attack them. Iraq force took many Kuwaiti people as a hostage, probably to have their like weakness and to have all their monies. Kuwaiti turned to the United States in order to return their country land and to have their country back. While Iraq attacked Kuwait, my uncle was one of the hostages that they took him to Iraq, and he saw a lot of violence on he said that he stayed for 1 month without any food or water. So could you imagine that any human being stayed for 1 month without any water or food? Moving on, how did the war ended? As you can see, this is our Sheikh Jabbar Sabah. He passed away for a few years. He went to the United States to liberate our country. The war ended in Kuwait, but there was a lot of problems faced Kuwait until today. One of the problems is, as you can see on the title, is pollution, air pollution. Iraq force burned almost 727 oil wells, which covered the sun and lead us to a hole in the ozone. As you know that if you have a hole in the ozone, there's a lot of problem you're gonna have. You're gonna have like global warming first, and second you're gonna have like so many cancer diseases in your country. Moving on, results in burning more than 727 oil wells emitted a large amount of tax gases and smoke over nearly 8 months. So I wasn't born that time, but my mom said to me that they stayed almost 8 months without any sun, without any warmth. The weather was so hot, so unclearly. So can you imagine that any people can smell like gas and poison smoke? After that, we can see that from the picture, we can see the pollution over here by the animal. The Iraqi army delivery pumping oil in the water of Arabic Gulf, which leads us to poison the animals. As you can see on this picture, the animals have been poisoned. Around 100,000 fish have been died, and the whole Arabic Gulf have been damaged and pollution because of the Iraqi army did. As a result, from expecting 128 oil costs on the Arabic Gulf. Moving on, contamination of the soil. The soil is where you can like grow food and have your own growth. The direction of oil well, our lakes have a direction impact on soil. The lakes had increased the salty of the soil and make it unstable for plants or animal life. Like a lot of animals were living in Kuwait and then let's move on to another country. Prevent gas exchange between plants and air. A lot of plants had been died because there is no exchanging between the plants and the air, because what happened with the soil. Economic results. As you know that if any country goes into a war, they're gonna lose a lot of their money, a lot of their economy gonna be fall down so sharp. Estimated value of the lost oil and natural gas from these wells about $120 million a day. It's like, can you imagine that you're losing $120 million a day? The U.S. Congress said that the cost of the war to liberate Kuwait causes about $61.1 billion. So it's more than $500 million, and that's more than what America is making by year. Moving on, studies. Scientific studies confirm that Kuwait needs 100 years to cure and treatment from pollution. So from air pollution, water pollution, and soil damage, it needs more than 90 years to be covered and treatment. World Health Organization said that Kuwait had the largest oil spill in history, because the Iraqi army spoiled all the oil in the Arabic Gulf, which damaged the whole Gulf and damaged the whole ocean in Kuwait. 96 billion barrels of crude oil received were burned by the time the oil firms were brought under control. About 1,000 Kuwaiti citizens were killed and more than 300 citizens fled the country. A lot of people moved on from Kuwait to other countries because they thought that it's not a safe place to stay or to live. About 11 million barrels of oil was received into the Gulf water. Moving on, how did this affect Kuwait? Kuwait used to be the bridge between the continents east and continents west. That means it's connect between Asia and Africa and South America and North America and Europe. But not anymore, because a lot of things happened. The economy had been fall down so sharp. A lot of pollution happened in our country, so this affected our country so bad. Kuwait used to have best economy in the Arab Gulf, but not anymore. As you can see that Dubai is growing up, and Qatar as well is growing up, but our country still paying, as the Americans said, paying the money and paying what happened in the war. Thanks for being good listener.